The Asus Zenfone Max M1 has the Xiaomi Redmi 6 series in its crosshairs. With prices starting at 8,999 rupees, is the Max M1 the phone to go to in the segment? We put it to the test to find out. The Asus Zenfone Max M1 carries the family look and reminds us of the Zenfone Max Pro M1. The phone is made primarily out of plastic and comes in black and gold color options. Sticking to the trend of 18:9 displays on smartphones, the Max M1 sports a 5.45-inch display with 2.5D curved glass on top. It has considerable borders all around, and we found the build quality to be average. Looking at the phone from the back, it does remind us a lot of the Max Pro M1. While it looks similar at first glance, it only has a single camera setup at the back. The fingerprint scanner is well positioned and is easy to reach considering the size of the phone. Asus has picked the Qualcomm Snapdragon 430 SoC, which is a rather odd choice considering the processor is slightly dated and we have seen powering older devices like the Moto G5 and the Moto G5s. We have seen newer processors at this price point like the MediaTek Helio P22 and the Helio P23 powering the Redmi 6 and the Infinix Note 5 respectively. The Max M1 has 3GB of RAM and 32GB of internal storage, which is further expandable up to 256GB via the dedicated microSD card slot. The 5.45-inch display has HD+ resolution, which is acceptable at this price point. There is support for 4G and VoLTE on both slots, but only one SIM can connect to 4G at a time. The device ships with Android Oreo with Zen UI on top. Some of the customizations options include Mobile Manager, Weather, Sound Recorder, File Manager, and Themes. You also get Instagram, Facebook, Facebook Messenger, and a few Google apps pre-installed on the phone. We noticed a slight lag when going through the menus after the initial setup, but it did disappear after the first few hours. We found the fingerprint scanner as well as the face recognition to be fast to unlock the Max M1. We played PUBG on the phone, which ran at the lowest settings. The device did get warm to the touch after playing for over half an hour, but it wasn't uncomfortable to hold. The phone packs in a 4000 mAh battery. In our HD video loop test, the phone managed to go on for 11 hours and 32 minutes, which is slightly lower than both the Redmi 6A and the Redmi 6. With our usage consisting of an active WhatsApp account, an hour of navigation using Google Maps, 40 minutes of PUBG, and we were able to end the day with more than 50% still in the tank. The Max M1 has a 13-megapixel primary camera with an f2.0 aperture and face detection autofocus. At the front, it has an 8-megapixel selfie shooter with an f2.2 aperture. The camera app is similar to what we have seen on other Asus phones. One swipe to the left lets you pick a filter which can be applied before shooting the photo. It only has Beautify, Panorama, and Time-lapse modes apart from the usual photo and video modes. There are quick toggles for HDR, flash, portrait mode, and a timer. Photos clicked from the Max M1 were good in daylight but took a dip in low light conditions. In daylight, it could meter correctly and lock focus where we wanted it to. Objects at a distance lack detail and the sharpness. The M1 clicks some nice macros with good separation between the subject and the background. HDR needs to be manually enabled and does help in a better shot when clicking a bright scene. HDR shots look better, but the Max M1 did made us wait while it clicked the shot. Portrait mode is available for both the primary and the selfie camera, but the edge detection was below average. In low light, the Max M1 misses out on details. It also has aggressive noise reduction that gives it a filter-like effect. The selfie flash helps clicking selfies in the dark and can also be used as a fill light. Video recording on the M1 maxes out at 1080p for both the primary and the selfie camera. There is no stabilization available, so you will need to keep your hands steady when you are recording a video. Asus made two really good phones in the form of the Zenfone Max Pro M1 and the Zenfone 5Z, managing to shake the market up in those respective segments. The Max M1 does not manage to do the same thing. The aging Qualcomm Snapdragon 430 is slower than the other processors in the market. What the Max M1 does have going for it is battery life. The big 4000 mAh battery helps it run for a day and a half without needing the plug. If battery life is a high priority for you, the Zenfone Max M1 is a good pick, especially during the festive Dhamaka days on Flipkart, where it is selling for 7,499 rupees compared to its usual price of 8,999 rupees. And that was our review of the Asus Max M1. What do you think about this device? Let us know in the comment section below. And as always, for all things tech, stay tuned to Gadgets360.com.